Hello and welcome to Logic. My name is Plecnik and I am the lead instructor for this online Logic course. As the lead instructor, not only will I teach one section of this course, but I will also be coordinating the other 5 sections that will be taught this semester by different philosophy professors. Basically, it's my job to teach my section of this course and oversee that everything is going smoothly with the others. By way of introduction, so you can get to know me better, I am originally from Belmont, North Carolina, where I've spent most of my life. After I acquired my bachelor's degree in philosophy from Belmont Abbey College, I moved to Milwaukee, Wisconsin to pursue a PhD in philosophy at Marquette University, which is what I'm doing right now. My academic interests are in ancient philosophy, metaphysics, epistemology, and of course, logic. So this course that you are about to take and that I have developed is right up my philosophical alley. On a less academic note, I am an avid reader, I like going to the movies, and I enjoy multiple hobbies like gardening and carpentry. But enough about me. Since I only have a brief amount of time to welcome you to the course and get you acquainted with its general structure, I will limit my remarks to 2 specific points. First, I will talk about what I hope we can accomplish this semester, and second, I will fill you in on the basic structure or rhythm of the course. Please note that much of what I will mention here to you today can be found in a slightly different and written form in the course syllabus and the other e-resources I have created for this course. Without further ado, let's begin with what I hope we, as a class, can accomplish this semester. Generally speaking, this course is meant, like all introductory logic courses, to introduce you to the study of arguments, that is, to introduce you to logic. This course is designed for those beginning their logical studies, so don't worry if you have not had any experience with logic before. We will start slowly and work our way up through the various logical concepts and principles in a step-by-step fashion. Unlike some typical logic courses, however, this course is specifically designed to introduce you to informal logic, not formal logic. Some examples of topics that fall under the informal side of logic would include language and meaning, the informal fallacies, and analogical reasoning. Some examples of topics that fall under the formal side of logic would include the necessary relations that occur among categorical propositions, syllogistic arguments, and the various argument forms. While there is no brief way to fully and accurately demarcate these 2 kinds of logic from each other, we can say this. Usually, informal logic is restricted to the study of the mistakes we make in our ordinary language arguments, whereas formal logic has to do with finding a consistent method to fix such fallacious mistakes. My hope is that by the end of this semester, you will see that logic, both informal and formal, is practically relevant and essential to our daily lives. I will try and nudge you along in seeing this by having you do critical reflection assignments that ask you to apply a specific logical principle or principles to certain relevant tasks, including analyzing a famous speech, constructing a cogent analogical argument, determining the adequacy of an important definition, and identifying fallacies made in ordinary language arguments. I think that far too often people believe that logic is a skill that is well enough acquired through common sense and overall life experience, and to some extent we can see that they're right. For example, no rational person believes that a lion can be both brown and red all over at the same time and in the same respect, thereby violating the principle of contradiction. This shows that most of us have a basic, intuitive knowledge of logic to begin with. However, to truly become a good thinker, one must continuously grapple with logic as its own subject matter, which is what we're going to do in this course. Logic is like any other skill in that the more you explicitly practice it, the better you are at performing it. The second point I want to mention to you today concerns the actual structure of the course. The first thing you should note about its structure is how long it is. This course is designed to run for 8 weeks, which is not a lot of time. That is why it is essential, not to mention required, for you to complete all readings and assignments on time for any given week. Each week you will be required to read 3 different course materials: the assigned pages in the textbook, my corresponding lecture notes, and the handout or handouts assigned for that week. After you read through all of these materials, you can take the weekly quiz. After you take the quiz, you should start writing your critical reflection assignment. Upon posting your critical reflection paper on D2L, you should be checking the discussion boards frequently to see which two of your classmates' posts you want to respond to. This same pattern will occur week after week for the full 8 weeks. Each and every week you will have to take a quiz and write up a reflection paper and 2 responses. There are no other assignments for this class. More information on these assignments can be found in the syllabus and the guidelines for the quizzes and critical reflection assignments under the course information module. If you ever have any questions about the course or one of the assignments, then you should email your instructor, whether it be me or someone else, immediately. Another good way to contact your instructor is by leaving your question in the Ask a Question section in D2L. This is a section set aside specifically for your questions and comments regarding the course. I and the other instructors will check it often and get back to you as soon as possible. And I think that about covers it. These are the basics of the course and the general things that I want us to keep in mind throughout the semester. All that is left to say is good luck, and remember that you can always email me with any questions about the course you may have.